Hello students, Assalamu alaikum. In the previous lecture, we were discussing certain basic terms related to heredity and genetics. As I have told you that these basic terms, they will help us in understanding the concepts of heredity and genetics. So, today we will be discussing some other basic terms which are related to this chapter. In the previous chapter, we discussed what is heredity, what is genetics, what is variation, what are chromosomes, where these chromosomes are related, and where these chromosomes are found inside the cell. Now today, we will discuss what are genes. So these genes are the units of heredity. These are the units of heredity which transfer characteristics or traits from parents to offspring. As you know, these characteristics are traits. They may be the skin color, they may be the type of hair, they may be the color of the hair, they may be the height of an organism, they may be the color of flowers, etc. So these characters, they are transmitted from parents to offsprings by the help of these genes. Mendel referred these genes as factors, as at the time of Mendel, these genes or the DNA, they were not discovered, so he named these genes as factors. Characteristics, traits or factors, these are the same. Number second is the dominant gene. What is a dominant gene? As I have written here, the dominant gene is the gene which decides the appearance of an organism. Even in the presence of an alternative gene. The gene which can decide the appearance of an organism, even if its alternative or opposite gene is present, this gene is called as dominant gene. Suppose the gene responsible for tallness. Tallness is a character, it is a trait. The gene responsible for this tallness, it is dominant. So, whenever this gene, dominant gene for tallness is present, if another gene which is opposite, that means which is responsible for dwarfness or short stature of an organism, if it is present, the dominant gene, it will show its appearance even if its opposite gene, that is gene for dwarfness, is present. And the dominant gene, it is always written, denoted in capitals. Suppose the dominant gene which is for the tallness, it is denoted by capital T, capital T. So this is the dominant gene. So dominant gene is the gene which decides the appearance of an organism even in the presence of an alternative gene, that is the opposite gene. Third one is the recessive gene. This recessive gene, the gene which can decide the appearance of an organism only in the presence of another identical gene. Whenever the recessive gene is present, it can show its appearance, it can decide the appearance only if its another identical copy or identical gene is present, then only this recessive gene, it can show its appearance. It can decide the appearance of an organism. Suppose the recessive gene responsible for dwarfness, that is short stature, it is recessive in nature. Now, this gene which is recessive, it can show its appearance only if its identical copy or identical gene is present. If, for example, the recessive gene for dwarfness, we denote this in the small letters, that is small t and small t. If its identical copy or identical gene is present, that is small t and small t, then only this recessive gene, it can show its appearance. If its alternative copy is present, that is capital T, then this recessive gene, it will not show its appearance. So the recessive gene is the gene which can decide the appearance of an organism only in the presence of another identical gene. Fourth one is genotype. Genotype. Genotype may be defined as the description of genes. Description of genes or the total number of genes present in an organism. As you know, in an organism there are different types of cells, and these cells, they have different organelles, and inside the cells there is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus there is the chromosome. Inside the chromosome there is the DNA. And these chromosomes, they contain the genes, and these genes, they decide the overall appearance of an organism. So this total number of genes or total description of genes, this is called as the genotype of an organism. It may also be defined as the total DNA content. Total DNA content of an organism. Total DNA content of an organism, it is also called as the genotype. This genotype, it decides the appearance, the overall description, the overall intelligence, the overall appearance of an organism. Fifth one is the phenotype. Phenotype is the characteristics or traits which is visible in an organism. As you know, different organisms, they have different appearances. For example, in case of plants, some plants are taller than others. Some plants are dwarf, that is short. Some plants, they bear green leaves. Some plants, they bear red leaves. Some plants, they have flowers of different colors. For example, yellow, red, pink, etc. This all appearance present in an organism, this is decided by the phenotype. So phenotype, it is the overall appearance of an organism. And this phenotype, it is decided by the genotype. The genotype, this decides the phenotype of an organism. Number 6, F1 generation. F1 generation is when two parents cross or breed to produce progeny. When two parents cross or breed, that is, they reproduce to produce the progeny. Progeny means the future generation, the offsprings. Then their progeny or offsprings are called as the F1 generation. So F1 generation, it is the generation which is produced by crossbreeding or breeding of two individuals, that is the male and the female. When they marry and they breed, they produce the offsprings, their babies, they are called as the first or F1 generation. F1 means first filial generation. First filial generation. Number 7 is F2 generation. When the first generation progeny, that is their offsprings, the offsprings of the first generation, they cross or they breed among themselves, then this progeny is called as the F2 generation. Suppose, I will write here, suppose a pea plant one pea plant it is tall and one pea plant it is short or dwarf. These two, suppose this is male and this is female, they breed or cross among themselves, so they will give rise to their first generation, that is F1 generation. And F1 generation, it, suppose there are males and females, these are their offsprings. Now this is the F1 generation. F1 generation of this pea plant. Now if the progeny of the F1 generation, they breed among themselves. Suppose this is the son, this is the daughter, or male and female, they breed among themselves. Then their progeny, the progeny of the first generation, it is called as F2 generation. That is second filial generation. So F2 generation is when the first progeny or the progeny offsprings of the first generation, F1 generation, they cross or breed among themselves. They produce the babies or to produce the next generation. This is called as F2 generation or second filial generation. Last point here, it is the hybrid. What is a hybrid? Hybrid is a new form of an organism. A new form of an organism resulting from a cross of different varieties. So this is called as hybrid. Suppose here, same example, we have two pea plants. This tall pea plant and this is dwarf pea plant. These are two different varieties. What we have done, we have crossed these. So their generation, that is this, their first generation, it will be hybrid because it consists of the genes of these two different varieties. Their genetic makeup is different from that of their parents. So this is called as a hybrid. So hybrid is a new form of organism resulting from the cross of different varieties. So we have completed certain basic terms which are related to this topic, which will make us understand how the heredity and genetics works. So in the next lecture, we will try to understand what is Mendelism, what are Mendel's law, and about Mendel's experiments. Until then, Assalamu alaikum, goodbye. Have a nice day.